Well, hello there, you great, magnificent, wonderful people. How are you on this great day? Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor of the truck. I found a good place to stop. I was going to talk to you guys about the trip and all that fun part, and I realized my sleeper air conditioner is not working. After laying on the floor and crawling around underneath my couch, I've come to the conclusion that I think maybe there's wires that are broke under there that go to the fan. So I did find 2 wires that are broken. There's another one back there. So we're just gonna have to wait on talking about all that other stuff till I get this fixed. Because remember, big guy, not good with heat. So I need this air conditioner and the cab air conditioner to work together to cool me down. Oh yeah, we're back to trucking, guys. After a week's vacation in Colorado on the motorcycle with Warden, we are back to trucking. Not the welcome back I wanted first class to give me, but I think she's a little upset that I left her parked for a week. So we're gonna do that quick. I really don't have a good place to put you. We'll see. Why don't you chill out up there? We're gonna try this. Well, I just flipped all the lights on inside the sleeper here. Gonna light the place up a little bit better to work on it, and I've come to realize that light right there is the only one working, which means it's not the wiring underneath the sleeper. I don't know where those 3 wires went. They're underneath the air conditioner box underneath my couch. So we're gonna take the control panel off here. We're gonna check some of those breakers, and we're gonna see if we can find the problem to this thing. So it's not those wires now. I have no lights back here, so it's got to do something with those. I love old trucks. I love old trucks. I love old trucks. That right there, that's supposed to have a friend. That right there, that's supposed to be his friend. Luckily, it's not hard to get to. Kiss and make up, kiss and make up. Now stay together, right? That easy, right? Just stay there. Well, there we go. It's black taped. I joined them together, black taped it up, because I really don't carry connectors that big with me. As for this wire, I truly don't know where it goes. Look at this mess. Oh, I should be ashamed. Deeply ashamed. I've always said if I can meet the fella who owned this truck before me, he was not a wiring man, but I guess I've had it long enough. I should have had all this fixed up by now. As for right now, we have air conditioning, lights, and the whole works back in our sleeper from that 1 wire. So now we must start the truck up, get things cooled down if we can get our day going. Well, alrighty. Sleeper is fixed. Sort of. I gotta put a connector on that. Yeah, we're a few hundred miles down the road. Figured I'd better stop, talk to you guys a little bit. Ran into another truck driver from my hometown. I don't know him really good. Really know him really good. Whatever. But my daughter and my son are friends with their grandchildren. He was showing me some of his truck pulling videos. He's got an old binder, International for some, that he uses at truck pulls. It's pretty cool. Sometime if I can figure out how to get the videos from him and get them to you guys, I'll show you. But yeah, I stopped at the truck stop there and talked to him for a little bit. Didn't really talk shop, didn't talk trucking too much, just really talked about pulling.
Where are we going to get the substitute cover if a teacher gets sick or if a child gets sick?
Alright, enough of that though. That was nice running into somebody from back home. I always like seeing that when I'm out here on the road. Just kind of helps the trip go. Well, let's get started with our agenda. Our agenda on this trip we are running from Sioux City, Iowa to Greenfield, Indiana. I know, don't tell me. Schmidt, you were just there. You were just there. You were just there. You were just there. At this point, we're going to go ahead and call it a dedicated route. You know, I've been out to Maryland, I've been out to North Carolina, been down to Alabama, went straight south of Iowa. I'm just not happy with any of those rates right now. And it just turns out, you know, 700 miles from home, and then about, you know, probably about a 100-mile bounce empty, then 800 miles home is what's paying me right now. So I'm just going to grab a hold of as many of those as I can. So right now we have 3 lined up. We're going to run 2 this week, 1 for next week, and I'm going to try getting a 4th one in there. That way we can just have 2 weeks lined up ahead of time. So it's just going to be Indiana's for the next 2 weeks probably, guys. So we have to come up with things to talk about, because the scenery is going to be the same. As for, am I feeling better from the trip? My voice is still in and out. My lungs still hurt a little bit. I still got a little bit of a headache, nothing really bad anymore. I gotta tell you guys, I didn't expect that. And to tell you the truth, I kind of freaked out a little bit, because if you look up the symptoms to this virus going around, and then if you look up the symptoms to altitude sickness, those symptoms are very similar, very similar. So I was kind of bugging, I was kind of freaking out a little bit, thinking, I really don't want this thing, because then everybody around me, counting the couple we were with, my family, everybody would have to quarantine, and I didn't want them to have to do all that. But I don't have it. I don't even need to get tested, because it is already starting to get better. And I've talked to other people that have spent a week in Colorado, or gone even just up to Pikes Peak and down and gotten sick. And we were out there for a full week. And anybody from Colorado will tell you, you know, the minute you get into Colorado, you're basically at 8,000 feet, you know, 7,000, 8,000 feet. And then we spent the whole week going from 8,000 to 12,000, 8,000, 12,000, 9,000. And then the last day of the trip, we went up Pikes Peak and come back down. And I think that's 14,000, 14,1, somewhere in there. I know it's over 14,000 feet. To a lot of people, that's not high, but I'm a big, bald guy. I'm not really in the best shape. Let's just say that. I'm just really not in the best shape. So it kicked my butt. It really did. You know, we went to that hotel where I left you guys off last time. I slept a good chunk of that night, woke up the next morning, and I was feeling good. I was still a little woozy, but feeling good. And by the time we got back home, we're sitting at 1,000, maybe 1,100 feet, you know, so altitude just is not an issue there whatsoever. And then I started feeling a lot better. So if you're wondering if I'm feeling better, voice is still a little scratchy. You might hear that. Other than that, guys, like I said, our agenda is we're running from Sioux City, Iowa to Greenfield, Indiana. Greenfield, Indiana down to Huntingburg, Indiana, back to Sioux City, Iowa. And we're going to do a couple of those this week. So I just will get back on the road, stop talking, and be back with you in a little bit. I did it again. When I start my videos, my goal is to tell you guys where we're starting, where we're ending, and what we're hauling. I always forget one of them. We're hauling meat, guys. We are hauling 34,000 pounds of meat. Alright. Back to the regular scheduled program. Schedule. I can't talk. Road. right, be back with you. You know, but back to the whole point of the trip, or not the point of, just to really sum that trip up we went on last week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, me and Warren jumped on the Harley and we went out to Colorado and spent a week. I took everybody along with us and I think it went pretty good. You know, we put in, gosh, I think it was probably around 2,800 miles on that trip. Yeah, it was 2,800 miles we put on in that trip, and I'd say it went pretty good. A couple little hiccups. I almost let politics ruin it, but with everything going on in the world right now, you just kind of gotta bite your tongue quite a bit. It went good. It went really good. And it rained every day, pretty much every day except for one. And as you can see right now, it's raining on us again. It's sticky too, real sticky, humidity wise. So basically, if you guys are in a drought and you need rain, I would just invite me over. Because for some reason, everywhere I go, it rains all the time. We are going to drop this trailer because this is a drop and hook. Which means drop this trailer, which is loaded, and pick up an empty trailer, which is empty. You know, you got it down. I always like to stop outside of these places and get, well, how do you say, get your ducks in a row before you pull into them. This place likes your tandem slid back when you drop the trailer off. I like to get my don't hit me vest on, because they require that here as well. But then ever since the whole virus thing started, we and our paperwork in a little different, so I like to get it ready to go. That way when I pull up to the guard shack, I'm not holding anybody up. I can get in and out really fast and make the world go a little bit better. Well, we got that done. Well, the paperwork side of it's done. I usually like to shut my truck off when I go into guard shacks like that, because first class is not a quiet truck, and then you mix in with it a reefer back there that's set at -10 right now, so it's sitting back there screaming like there's no tomorrow. Well guys, we're gonna go ahead and park here in Greenfield, Indiana, get our nightly sleep, wake up, and then we're gonna head for Huntingburg or Huntington, one of the two, Indiana, and pick up our reload that goes back to Sioux City, Iowa. All in all today, by the time I left home, went up to the city, grabbed the trailer and came over. It was about a 725 mile day. Everything went real good. We had to fix the truck, which was okay. It wasn't the end of the world. We got it fixed up fairly easy. I do have to get some new connectors once I get home so we can get that fixed the proper way. We talked a little bit about the trip, you know, the 2,800 miles, the getting sick, and other than that, it was a great trip. We ran into somebody from my hometown. It wasn't a really extremely talkative day, but it was still a good day because I was talking to you guys. If this video you like, you go ahead and put a like down there, please. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I think you might like it a little bit, and if you don't, you can always unsubscribe later. It's free entertainment the way I look at it. Other than that, guys, you guys be safe, and as always, I'll see you next time. They think I'm really weird here.